Austin, I know you mentioned to Trudell on the broadcast already that looks can be deceiving when it comes to the elbow. You weren't really sure if you were able to play till before the game. How were you able to get yourself ready and then deliver a performance like that?
I don't know. I think, like I said out there, I think once you get in the moment of the game, you feel the atmosphere, adrenaline starts pumping, then that's when it becomes easier. But before I woke up this morning, was sore all over, elbow especially, and I think they got to know at like 60 on the clock if you're in or out. And I was walking off at like 60:05, and my trainer Shane looked at me and was like, "Well, out or in?" And I was like, "Let's do it." So it's tough, but like I said, once you get out there and start playing, then adrenaline kicks in and you feel better.
I feel like we've had a couple of times about new career highs with you throughout the course of this season. At what point do you know that you have it going?
I think I started the first quarter, made 5 shots in a row. Anytime that happens, it's a good feeling. It's much better than going 4 for 17.
I remember.
But yeah, I think it's just that obviously helps, and then I think it's just the atmosphere that we're creating as a team, the culture. Any timeout, any situation, the guys on the bench, Brian, Luca, Gabe, anybody's over there just telling me to keep going. And that's what I try to do. Just try to go out there and win a game.
This is a couple weeks now where you guys have been missing key pieces. Before the trade, AD was out for a handful of games, and you guys figured it out. Luca hasn't played yet. No LeBron tonight. What has it been about the group in general and its toughness that's allowed it to kind of handle adversity in that way?
I think it's just a next man up mentality. We've had a lot of guys, injured, out of the rotation that are key pieces to what we're doing right now. We need everybody to step up and play their role. Without Luka being out there yet, losing AD and Max, like guys are going to have to do more, and it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity, and I feel like everybody looks at it like that. To go out there and put their imprint on the game. And I spoke about it on the floor with Trudell. It was just, Gabe and Vando bring such a special dynamic to our team, toughness, play the game the right way, that I feel like we've missed in the past couple years. So big shout out to those two guys. And then Goody tonight hasn't played at all on this team. And closes the game for us. That's when you got a good player that knows the game, knows how to play the right way.
I know what this organization has meant to you as a kid, as a Kobe fan. The list of players that have had 45, 7, and 7 for the Lakers is Elgin Miller, Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and now you.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Facts are facts. Like, how does that hit you?
I don't know. I feel like there's a couple out there since I've been here that, once you see, it's like, kind of like a what the heck, like.
You scored 45 points. You can say it if you want.
No, I don't want to get fined or anything. But it's just, it's surreal because, like you said, I grew up a Kobe fan, huge Kobe fan, so I was automatically a Laker fan. So just to be able to, put the uniform on and go out there and compete, and then, like you said, to have a couple of those, games to where, my name's in with those guys is special. It's something that I won't take for granted, but. I don't really. Looks weird when you see my name up there.
I got another one along those lines. So you are the 19th player in the 80-year history of the NBA to be undrafted and score 40. And how much of that part of your journey do you recognize that it represents something to your fans? Like the bigger meaning of, don't be counted out. You can get in to the most prestigious best league in the world and not be a lottery pick?
Yeah, I mean, I've spoke on this a million times. Just, the path that I took is not conventional. There's probably only a handful of people that thought I would be in this position, if any, and it wasn't really the popular thing to do to continue to chase my dream. I didn't really do anything in high school but go to the gym. Don't party, don't drink, or anything like that. I kind of just stuck to basketball and chose that route. I had teachers in high school telling me I needed to figure out a plan B because, plan A wasn't going to work. I've been told that a million times, and I maybe wasn't smart enough to understand that because it's a very small percentage that makes it to this level. So I was probably naive when they were telling me that and was like, screw y'all, I'm gonna figure it out. And it's just if I can inspire kids that's in my situation to continue to chase their dreams, whatever it is, just do it, regardless of what anybody thinks of you.
Last question here for Austin, and Jaxson is ready if anybody wants to go over and start with Jaxson.
A year ago, you guys go into Boston without LeBron and AD and you win. This, from an outsider looking in, felt like a similar thing. Mentally, emotionally, did it feel the same when LeBron's out and you're missing now Luka, that you have to step up mentally, emotionally?
Not necessarily with doing more. I think I just got to be a better leader, get us in whatever we need to be in. Tonight it was me. They coming to talk to you in a second. Tonight it was obviously me scoring, but if it's someone else, then that's my job. Increases to help us get there, and it did have a similar feeling because it's I bet not a lot of people thought that we would win this game. That's a team that's been playing really well. They got really good players. The pace that they play at super fast. Put up a lot of threes. They get downhill. One of the best rim finishing teams in the league. So it had a similar feel. But my job was to go out there and help us win a game, regardless of what it was that I was contributing to the team.
Thanks, Austin.
Thanks, Austin. Jaxson, you told me before the game you just have to be ready, obviously, for the early tip time. How would you best summarize this one?
I just said, we summarize this win as win with our hair on fire. I mean, I felt like that's how we all played today. We all ran around like our hair was on fire on defense and on offense. We knew we were missing a bunch of guys tonight, so the guys that were in were just like, come on, let's come bring it. Let's bring that energy. And just, go play.
What stands out to you most about a performance like that from Austin?
Bro's a dog. Y'all see it every night. I mean, it was just more on display tonight because we were missing Bron and missing a few other guys. But, he's unbelievable. I mean, he can do it all.
Win with your hair on fire. A, who coined that phrase tonight? And B, you guys have been playing with your hair on fire defensively for a couple of weeks. How did that come about the past couple of weeks where it's been so consistent?
Shoot, I just said that earlier to her in the interview when she interviewed me before the game. But, I just kind of thought of it on the spot. That's what my dad used to always tell me in football. That's what all my coaches used to tell me, just play with your hair on fire. So that's what I do.
Defensively, why has it worked so well the past 12 games?
Communication, everyone flying around, carrying and picking up after each other. If somebody gets beat, somebody else is sliding over and picking up his man, and then recovering, going out and getting the free man. So I just feel like it's been our communication, just our movement.
It was a week ago. We were all in New York. You guys get a good win, and then post-game, it changes the whole scope of the Laker world. Can you sum up kind of the motions of the last week and kind of where you feel like the team is right now?
I mean, it definitely started off real hard. I mean, we lost a bunch of our homies. Like, those are all close friends. I mean, in this business, that's the business, but I mean, those are still your friends. So I mean, it's definitely rough at first, but then all the new guys get here and you start meeting the new guys, and they're all great guys, and then you start building that chemistry with them, and then the trade deadline ends, and so you know this is the team that you got and we're about to rock with. So it's just been good since then. Just trying to pick up and just build that chemistry.
From just an overall team standpoint, first and foremost, how would you best describe this win?
It's a group effort led by Austin Reaves, for sure. That'd be my best description. I mean, we obviously needed everything he did out there tonight on the floor, but we had great contributions. Some guys that may not have been in rotation or may not have played a lot, they stepped up and were huge for us tonight.
You mentioned the word culture and what you guys are building here. How would you best describe the culture right now?
I mean, I think we're just trying to build this connection. You know, I think JJ's been mentioning connection throughout the year, and you're starting to really see it, I think, now. And especially when you have key guys that are out. And like I said, we kind of just have a next man up mentality. Guys are kind of there for each other. It builds a lot of trust with one another.
And this game was kind of a extension of that. I mean, it's kind of an illustration of that, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great. It was well timed, I guess, to see where we are. It's a good checkpoint to see how we're doing with our foundation of who we are as a team and who we are as an organization at this point. And we went out there and we fought, we played hard, and we came out with a win.
This might be kind of a crazy way of looking at it, but these last handful of games since you guys made the AD Luka trade, he's been over there and like he's seen you guys battle shorthanded. He's seen you guys play this sort of breakneck defensive style, and like I mean, he's going to be out here very soon. How good of a job do you think you guys have done of it, like showing him like this is who we are?
I mean, I think it's been less of showing him who we are and just trying to be who we are. You know, and just trying to be that each day, whether we're playing the Pacers or the Celtics or whoever the case, you know. But, I mean, his energy's been great. You know, he obviously hasn't been on the court. I know he's eager to play, playing against him, the competitor that he is. So we're eager to have him out there. We're eager to see what that looks like with us on the floor with him and try to get some more wins for the Lakers.
NBA games, that's your name, but just how about coming this one, your first one for the Lakers, playing crunch time, being on the floor, when you're just trying to make it push? How meaningful was that to you, and how do you feel like you're able to help the team win?
Just very grateful, very grateful. Just want to thank God for getting me back healthy. I want to thank South Bay for getting me ready to play back on the NBA stage and things like that. And just credit to the Lakers for making the call up, and thanks to JJ for giving me the opportunity to go out there and play. So it's kind of feel good being back out there.
Yeah, we know you've been getting minutes for South Bay, and how does that come about where they approach you, kind of convert to the two-way, and then say, hey, we're going to need you today for real minutes? That's
exactly how I was. I got converted, and like 2 seconds later, I was doing shoot-around with South Bay. The next 30 minutes, I'm in shoot-around with the Lakers, and then the next morning I get a text saying, yeah, you're going to play today. So.
Jordan, JJ has said he wants South Bay to be an extension of what they're doing up here, and just with your experience with South Bay and what they're running and the different play calls and terminology and all that stuff, how easy was that transition, kind of knowing, some of the stuff is pretty similar?
Yeah, I think the plays and everything was definitely the same. JJ probably did like some little twitches to some of it, but it was kind of easy to catch on to. But I think that's definitely the goal. You can definitely see the same calls, same play calls, Houston calls. So I definitely think that's going hand in hand.
What was it like to make your Laker debut when you see Austin going off for 45 the way that he did? And when did you, as teammates, tell that he was going to be rolling hot the way that he was?
Before the game, I know he was questionable, I think, today. So those times when you play your best game, you got something wrong with you. But it was kind of cool because usually the past 2 years, I've been on the opposite end. Most of the time, you're scoring on me or one of my guys. So just being on that side of the ball, seeing it go in, just need more momentum.
JJ said a moment ago that you were such a pivotal part of the win today, and then also after the South Bay game, I got a chance to talk to Guthrie, and he said how excited he was for you and just the opportunity, how hard you worked. How surreal was this moment for you, and what are you most looking forward to as you grow with this team and seeing the opportunity to play with players like Luka and LeBron sharing the floor with them?
Just to learn as much as I can. Like you said, I got LeBron, I got Luka. Also got guys like Gabe Vincent. I got more experience than me. Austin, and those guys. So I'm kind of like a magnet. That's my goal right now, just try to get better individually to make the team better. So just asking those guys questions like I was asking Brian questions today. And again, try to do this, try to do that. Just, you got more years than anybody. So I'm just trying to get better. That's my goal, just trying to get better.
Right, two questions for you. Okay, so first of all, the first one is, did you call bank? And then the second one, a little more serious. For Laker fans who aren't familiar with your game, what is it? How do you describe what you do, and what do you bring to this particular team in terms of skill set and style?
Did not call bank, but it went in. You don't take those. You don't take those. As far as my game, I just lay my head on defense first. In offense, I can play 1, 2, 3, sometimes a 4, pick and roll. I feel like I got better with my shot this year, 3-point shot, but just somebody you just put on the court anywhere for both sides of the ball. I don't think I'm a liability on offense, and definitely not a liability on defense.
Hey Jordan, with the team trading away Max Christie, they lost kind of their best perimeter defender. Did they kind of express to you that could kind of be your role whenever you get in there, just go in and guard the best guy?
I think that was kind of known in training camp when I came in. I think that's what they brought me in for. They know I'm a defender. So when I was out there, they had to tell me I was going for the matchups myself. So that's type of guy I am.
Thanks, Jordan.
I appreciate y'all.
Do you have updates on Austin and Mark Williams for today?
Austin will be questionable. He banged his elbow. He's going to go out and try to give it a go in his warm-ups and shooting, and we'll have an answer soon. Mark, the trade is still pending, so no answer there.
In an ideal world, would you have everybody available for Monday's game if all goes according to plan, including getting LeBron and Luka?
I don't know why we wouldn't. I mean, we're not trying to hold guys out. Obviously, with Bron, just a little bit of increased soreness on that foot after the other night, and Luka, I think is progressing well, but we'll make that decision, in real time on Monday.
Indy's been playing well. They won 7-10. Will be without Miles Turner at center, but what have you seen from them, and what do you think are some keys?
We've got to have a compact shell in transition in the half court. They want to score at the rim. They're the best driving team in basketball. They have shooters, but we can't get caught up in sort of being hugged up on our guys. And similar to the second half the other night against Golden State, like you can't overreact to a contested three. You've got to be able to protect the paint, and we can't be spread out running all over. We have to protect the paint.
Dave. Yeah, sorry. Looking for Dave. Do you have
Dave Smith?
There he is. Yeah. Do you have any expectation as to when the Williams trade? Like, are you guys done with your physicals and stuff like that on that part of it? Is it on Charlotte's end?
That's out of my pay grade.
In terms of game plan discipline over the last couple weeks, like where have you seen the shift in terms of your guys' ability to take what you're talking about in the locker room and go out and execute it at a higher rate, I would say, than maybe in December, in the first week of December?
I think there's got to be a belief in the game plan to execute the game plan, and I think it's not that we weren't doing that earlier, but I think the why of what we're doing and explaining what we're willing to live with, I think the guys have bought into that. And the other thing, just again, not to harp on it too much, but just getting Doe and then Bando back, like they play hard, and you can have a good defense if guys play hard.
A couple weeks ago, when we asked about the offense, you mentioned that simplifying things really helped you guys and offensively take off. When you guys are able to integrate Luka, Mark, and get everybody on the floor together, do you expect for a similar process to go through a similar process in terms of simplifying things and make it easier for everybody involved?
Yeah, I think it probably gets simpler, to be honest with you, in the packaging around Luka, LeBron, and AR, and how we involve the people we're trying to target. It gets simpler.
JJ, there's a vast majority of players on this roster that you either played with or now built a relationship with, pending the Mark Williams trade being completed. How do you see that as an advantage of the buy-in that you're getting from the guys as you guys continue to execute the game plan?
Good question. I think, first of all, my really strong desire to coach and coach now, going back to last year, was built off, my relationships with players. And you can never predict you're going to play with former teammates or anything like that. LeBron and I we knew who each other were. We didn't know each other. We did a few podcast episodes together. We were never teammates. Getting his buy-in, getting AD's buy-in, that matters, I think, overall for just the group. And that's a process. It doesn't happen on day one. So I think in some ways you're sort of prompt in terms of the prior relationships helps, but it's still a process to get buy-in from everyone.
Have you had a discussion between you, LeBron, and Luka, together, talking about kind of offense strategy? Obviously, they're going to be the leaders of this team.
Not yet. Yeah, we'll have lots of discussions. Yeah, we'll have lots of discussions.
What has Nate McMillan meant to you this season, and how will you lean on him now as you make more transitions in the middle of the season with his experience?
Nate's been great. I think first hire for the staff, and from day one has just really had a service-oriented approach to helping the staff, helping players. He's been through everything, seen it all. He's a sounding board for everyone, not just myself, and he's got a professionalism and maturity and seriousness about the right way to approach the game that I think is contagious.
JJ, how is Luka doing in practice? And because there were some questions about his fitness, but how is he doing these days since joining the Lakers?
He's doing great.
JJ, ADs and Max are going to play their first game today in Dallas in a pretty wild environment. Have you thought at all kind of about the way this has rippled in terms of them? And I don't know, just kind of sort of your reaction to what you've seen and heard out of Dallas since the trade.
I mean, I've seen everything. I'm living in a hotel right now, man. I could care less what other teams are doing.
Hi, Coach. I'm from Slovenia.
Hi.
I can have a question or two, a little more Slovenia related. So I'm sure you learned about Slovenian fan culture and what it means to look at to play so many NBA games in front of even 100 Slovenian fans. How would you welcome them here in Los Angeles if you're already making their way here?
Yeah, I mean, Slovenian fans are more than welcome, and we hope that we hope the entire country becomes Laker fans. I know that there's a real pride that every player in the NBA has for their country and representing their country in international competition. And Luka, Jokic, all those guys, that they play damn near every summer in some form of competition, and it's not because someone's making them do it. It's because they love representing their country, and the sort of symbiotic relationship that the fans create with that player is special.